And we're back with another episode. I'm your host, Onney, the CEO, and you guys are now plugged in to Outside the Box. I have an awesome artist that is going to be featuring tonight. So if you're looking for something hot, I need you guys to buckle up your seatbelts because you're now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box. Thank you again for staying plugged in, tuned in, and tapped in. Tonight, I have one of my fellow family members from the L.O.U.D music team. Without further ado, I want you guys to give it up for Skyra Bliss.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I know who you are, and I was just recently put onto your journey, and I did some research, and I am proud of all the moves you're making in the industry.
Thank
I
you.
want to give you an opportunity to tell those that are listening and those that are watching who you are and what all you do.
Hello, y'all. My name is Skyra Bliss from Houston, Texas, where legends are made. I am a singer-songwriter. I do songwrite for other artists, so hit me up if you need a song. I'm a model as well. I may go into acting a little later, but right now I'm focused on my music and eventually start my own clothing line. So, because fashion is like literally right there with music.
Yeah.
I love them just the same, so yeah.
That's dope. Now, how long have you actually been doing music?
I've been doing music for a long time.
Okay.
I started in high school. I was in a singing group, and then I was on a reality TV show with Matthew Knowles.
Okay.
When I was 19. And then I just kind of like trying to find my feet, like what my sound is, what my look is going to be, because I'm heavily inspired by like the innovators in music. So I never wanted to be a copy and paste of anyone. I knew I wanted to just... And I've always had like this quirky, weird kind of style, and like
you're very diverse.
Thank you. Yes, I started off wanting to be just like Lauryn Hill. She's the coldest female I've ever heard on a mic ever, still to this day. Like I wanted to be her. She was the reason why I started writing, and Michael Jackson was the reason why I started performing.
Oh, dope.
So yeah, I just the shiny suits. I loved his shiny suits.
So that's really good. So you were inspired early on in your game.
Very much.
When did you recognize that you were a star?
I just kind of always, I guess, knew, but I wasn't aware of it until everyone was just like, you have this kind of aura that attracts people. And I kept hearing this. I'm like, why? Even when I'm playing sports, like I played volleyball, basketball, and track, and when I was super serious about it, and I'm in the zone in the game, and people come up to me, I love watching you play. You just perform. Like it's just something about you. And I'm like, I'm just playing
That leads
volleyball.
me to my next question, because music seems to be like you embody music. But what was life for you before you started performing in the music industry?
I wanted to be just like my brother. I am a baby sister of my mommy had 2 babies, my older brother and me, and I wanted to be just like him. Everything he did, I did. We had matching Allen Iverson braids. I stole his clothes, and so that's why I guess my style is very androgynous. I go from super girly to super tomboy, and then high fashion. So I just kind of play around with my look as much as possible. So sports, heavily in sports.
I actually have a video of yours, one of your first videos, and it is an awesome video.
Thanks.
So I want our watchers to catch it. Tune in.
Let's get faded and get lost in ourselves. We vacated, laid in mantras of love elevated. Since we filming this car, we already How'd you give me way up here in another atmosphere? They don't want me, I don't care. gon' be doing something. We gon' be really on it. Unwrap me from Victoria's Secret. That's how we like to keep it. How'd you get me way up here? In another atmosphere. They don't want me, I don't care. I want you.
And that was I. Now, who was your creative director for?
Sorry.
That's
I get
okay.
really shy. People don't believe I'm shy, but I'm actually really
That is
shy.
so cute. I like that. Now, who was the creative director for that?
I've always tried to be innovative. I'm heavily inspired by Missy Elliott as well. TLC, Aaliyah, like they're innovators in the music industry, and I want to be known as one of them.
And I saw that you kind of embodied all of those artists that you just mentioned in that one video. That was so dope. So I wanted to also ask you, like, what was your aha moment that made you, because you do music full time now, am I correct?
Yes.
So what was your aha moment that made you decide that this is what I need to do?
I was working a job part-time, but it felt like full-time.
Mm-hmm.
I was there about 12 hours a day. I was a sales associate. I love clothes, so it was easy to put outfits together. And I was an easy sale. I made lots of money doing that. But I didn't write not one song the whole time I was there. I wrote maybe a hook, and then I started crying. And I was like, the money I was making ventured me away from what I love to do because I was comfortable.
Right.
And I was like, I'd rather be uncomfortable doing what I love than be comfortable doing something that is not for me. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to make the world smile and dance. So,
but you know, the most successful people are those that are not afraid of going through those uncomfortable moments. Because when you go through that uncomfortable moment, what you're actually doing is creating your reality, and you're motivated to manifest different because you know that you're betting on you, and that's the best bet that you can ever make. You know, we can bet on corporate America jobs, but they can lay us off, they can fire us. But when
they don't care about us, girl.
But when we're
They gonna find
creating,
somebody else.
that's like a lane, and you have definitely created a lane. Now, you recently signed with L.O.U.D Music. Can you tell me about that?
My L.O.U.D Music family. So I actually just approached Derek on a business proposal. I didn't know that they were in the works of getting a distribution deal or anything. I didn't really know much about L.O.U.D Music. I just kind of did one of their shows, and I loved how organized they were and how they protected their artists. So I was like, I approached Derek. I was like, I have a business proposal for you. And then a week or two later, he reached out and he was like, well, I have a proposition. Would you like me to manage you, or would you like to be a part of our independent label? And I was like,
I know, right?
wait a minute, I've been doing this for myself for too long. I think it's about that time to get some help, darling.
Yeah.
So I said, put me in. So I'm signing on the dotted line. I'm signed, sealed, delivered.
That part. Well, you definitely are with an awesome dynamic team.
Yourself.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's definitely very difficult.
Now, once you started to see success, you know, through your eyes, because sometimes other people can notice our success way far before we do. But once you started to notice that you were moving in the right direction, how did that change the course of your decisions?
For me, it helped me believe in myself a lot more. Because, you know, I get so caught up in what I do and making sure I'm so critical about myself and my work. Like, oh, is this song, is the right lyric, is it the right melody, is it the right tone? And I'm always trying to be perfect. And I guess Derek kind of helped me get out of, he was like, every song doesn't have to be perfect. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to be you.
Right.
Don't send no trash, but just, you know, be authentic as possible. And a lot of people have been coming up to me and telling me how I inspired them. And I'm just like, I'm just being me. Like, I don't know how I'm inspiring you, but I'm glad I am.
That is definitely
you know?
why you're on Outside the Box, because the people that come on Outside the Box are living in their calling, they're walking in it, and I'm hoping that there's another brown girl out there watching the show this evening and see you on the show and be like, you know what, I'm inspired. So that is definitely what we want to do. We want to continue to spread that inspiration, because you are definitely a bright light in a dark room.
Thank you.
Now, I actually have another remix video. But well, not another, but I have the Daneigh Leigh remix.
Daneigh Leigh, I love that song. When that came out, I was like, dang, I wish I wrote that song. I'm about to write a remix.
Yeah.
So that song's hot.
Let's check this remix out.
Lil baby, gon' have to run 100 miles to get to me. Upgrading your cloud next to me, it comes naturally. I'm from the Asian, I'm proud. I fly you out to my city. If you can go rounds, keep you around. We'll hit the mile, we'll be no steps. Hopped in the whip with the paper tag. Swinging it from right to left. See my purple crown, show some respect. Keep you coming for me, that's a fact. But you gotta put in work. 15th in the first, yeah. Give me deserve, leave it deserve, yeah. My little baby, change your price tag, yeah. That's a upgrade, on that watch, yeah. Yeah, I'm hard work, if you want that, is you rolling? Be precise, yeah. See my little baby, change your life, yeah. That's a upgrade, on your ice, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Now, you've been performing live for a while now.
Child.
Now, how is it when you go to other cities? How are you received in different cities other than Houston?
I am very well received. For some reason, Houston artists are respected around the nation.
Yeah.
And I first think it's because of Beyonce. Shout out to B.
Come on, babe.
But Houston artists are doing the damn thing right now, girl. Yeah, so we're really well respected around the nation. So I'm well received, and it's a blessing.
It's a blessing. So what do we have to look forward to from Skyra Bliss?
So Purple Girl in a Purple World, my EP's coming out soon. Hoodrat Sh is my first single off of that, and I love that single because it's talking about something really important to me. It's about how the fashion industry takes fashion from the hood, call it high fashion, and don't give us credit for it. So I'm talking my shit in that song. And A Purple Girl in a Purple World is literally a page from my diary. So I was a little nervous about it, but it's me. So I hope the world loves it.
I like that. Now, what advice could you give other artists that are breaking out into the industry?
Child, don't try to come out sounding like somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm just try to be you as much as possible. Figure out who you are and just run with it and go with it. And if you have to embellish it, child, didn't nobody remember my name until I turned my hair purple.
Okay.
It's the small things. It's really the small things, but always be you and do it to the fullest. extent you can.
The fullest extent. Definitely that. Definitely that. Now, I don't want to just overcrowd our people that's watching, but I'm just too excited. I actually have another remix that I want to play for our listeners and viewers.
What you got, girl?
What's her name? Tierra Whack?
Tierra Whack.
Clones? Yes.
Oh, yeah, that song there, child.
Now, I really believe that on this particular track, you really, really showed your versatility on your lyrical ability. Because on all your songs that I've listened to, you sound almost different in every song, but you can still tell it's you.
You, man.
So I like that.
Thank you.
So let's check it out.
You took my style unforgiving. Lord, behold, this befitting. I'm original, float on that the road. I'm so fly, I'm influential. Don't let that go for your mental. I've been this nice and shy high. Fatherless, you fame. Hello, clean like a Smith cycle. People pressed with the lowest ever seen come fold. I'm a threat cause they really wanna be equals. You know it ain't really my fault. In the womb, I was cooking with the sauce. Drip, drip in the way I walk. Humor me. I know I'm who you tryna be. Flattery. Niggas tryna take my flow. Who the hell you think he is? I just wanna make my dough. Gotta take care of my kids. Crowd surfing out the plane. You the drip, I'm the wave. I'm a menace insane. Niggas know my name. Well, not really, Sky. No one knows your name. No one knows you used to rap. And all of a sudden, you just come back like you've been doing it for years. Do you know what I mean? Run it back, yeah?
Man, I really like that one.
Thank you.
That one brought me back home. I'm talking like crisscross, cross colors, all of that, and the whole the slick vibe. Now, when I first saw that video, I was like, "Is that her? Is that her real dialect?"
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
Can I get the voice? Can I get the voice?
Hello there. Where are you from?
I'm from Houston. Where you from?
From Houston. I'm from the UK.
I love it. Just had to bring you guys in on a little fun. Now, I'm sure that on your journey, you've learned a lot of lessons. So if there was something that you could have done differently, what would it have been?
For me, it would be to voice my opinion, no matter what the cost may be.
Right.
Being a woman in this industry, it's heavily male dominated, and your voice kind of gets lost in the crowd. And I kind of let things go and didn't want to ruin my chance, and I silenced myself just because I was scared an opportunity was going to go away, and I wish I just kind of stood up for myself from the beginning. So I encourage all the women out there to just stand up for yourself.
That's a good thing. You did approach Derek. That was almost like you standing in your truth and saying, it's time for me to use my voice. And using your voice manifested the opportunity that you have right now. So I definitely commend you, and I salute you for being strong and standing up in a male-dominated industry, because that is something that is difficult. As a woman in the industry myself, even in podcasting, they always want to tell me about another male show that's doing good. That's fine.
That's cute.
But we taking over too.
Right.
Show me my love and respect. I'm working hard too. So
and congratulations on everything that you have going on.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We moving on up. We moving on up. Now, I want to remind our viewers and our watchers how to get in contact with you. So we have your Instagram, which is Skyra Bliss.
Skyra Bliss.
And we also have your Facebook page for those Facebookers.
Skyra Bliss Music.
Yes, and we also want to advise you guys to, in order to stay plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to what Skyra Bliss is releasing, make sure you go and subscribe to her YouTube page.
Please, thank you.
Yes. And also, you be sure to go to the L.O.U.D Muzik. That's L.O.U.D. Muzik.com website and check her out there as well. Yes.
My family. I love them so much.
I know. They're good people, man. And that's a blessing just to have people around you that can see your potential and is willing to pour back into you. And I'm gonna tell you, I know you were good people.
Oh,
so
yes.
definitely salute. That is a wonderful collaboration. I look forward to seeing all the beautiful things that you're gonna be releasing soon.
Thank you.
The Outside the Box will come on the Outside the Box tour, get some behind the scenes.
Oh yes, ma'am. I love a good tour.
Yeah, no.
I became an artist, let me tell you, for the red carpets. And I wear Chastity Sorrell every time. She's a Houston designer who does high couture gowns. And I became an artist because of performing. So red carpets and performing. Those are my favorite things about being an artist.
Speaking of that, I did notice that you are one of the few performers that actually learn choreography and you put in blood, sweat, and tears. It's a different type of show when the artist is actually interacting and holding that note, and you man,
it's
that's
hard
like,
to do, but
that's
after
that Beyonce
a while, it's
energy.
easy.
You channeling your inner Beyonce.
I'm very inspired by Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Tina Turner.
Because they're performers. They're not just singers.
They don't just stand. I mean, it's great that you can stand there and blow. I wish I could be Whitney. Hello, who wouldn't want to be Whitney? But I love the dancing and the singing at the same time. You're really giving a show. Like, ooh, it just makes you. If I don't leave rehearsal sweating, I don't feel like I did nothing.
Right. Well, while I have your attention, I want to remind you guys that we are also on A-Star TV on Thursdays at 7, and you can also catch us on all the platforms that you see here. We're on Google Podcasts, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Hip Hop Street's live stream music app, Spotify, Google Play, Anchor. We're everywhere, so you guys can find a platform that works for you. Be sure that you subscribe to the YouTube page. And I want to thank you, Skyra, for coming to the round table, letting me get all in your business.
Thank you, Onney, for having me.
Man, you are
and you look so
joy.
Cute, girl.
Thank you, girl. I'm working.
I mean, she came through on the Janet vibes.
Okay. You know, I gotta channel my energy too. And on the way out, I actually have your single. Yeah. I want them to check it out. So you guys are now going to be tuning in to Hoodrat Sh. You're now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box.
I want cause it's fun. I want to do hood stuff.
I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do hood with my friends. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do hood with my friends. They must have forgot who I was, so I had to remind them. I'm the original woman, so call me your highness. I am the blueprint of beauty and magic and everything in between. I am the blueprint of culture, they tryna take it from me. I'm that ghetto fabulous, turned out fashion, they don't wanna give me no credit. Stiletto nails with ring tips with the lime green hair to match. I'm better, yes I know. She better, yes she knows. She better, yes she knows. We better, yes we know. No longer apologizing for my presence. Don't test me, no, no, no. No longer apologizing for my presence. Don't test me, no, no. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do hood with my friends. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do hood with my friends. You don't seem to understand. I am popular by the man. I'm the source of melanin. I'm the trend before it begins. They tryna ride on my way. Tell them goods that I ain't say. Any, many, money, more. Catch your voice, your body, toe. If she holler, let her know. I'm that bitch, I'm the one. Give us the credit when it's due. I promise that we won't bother you. Give us the praise and thank yous. You enjoy riding, doing donuts in the hood. First name on my necklace, hoop earrings and match. Whole click bad was good. You come for one, you come for all of us. Trust me, you don't want the problem. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do hood with my friends. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do hood with my friends.
I mean, stop right here. I'm finna go into this hair store. Give me some new hair. Get my face beat. We go scoop up my girl. Yeah. Hit the club. Then we go hit a Waffle House.
be a Hoodrat Sh. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do Hoodrat with my friends. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do Hoodrat with my friends. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do Hoodrat with my friends. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I wanna do Hoodrat with my friends.